Hello and welcome back to Assassin's Central, where you'll find all the best tips and guides for Assassin's Creed Origins. The Trials of the Gods is back for the third time, and this means warrior goddess Sekhmet is rising out of the desert to test your combat skills, as well as your ability to dodge out of the way of human-sized fireballs. If you already have Anubis and Sobek under Bayek's belt, you'll know what's to come, but here are some tips for beating Sekhmet and exactly what loot you'll get for sending her health bar into the abyss. First off, there's going to be a slight spoiler coming next if you haven't finished the game's story, but still want to tackle the god, so if you haven't, slide along the timeline until you can see Sekhmet again. If you want to level up fast and you've got the drachmas to spare, you can head to the cellar in the Bureau of the Hidden Ones that you unlock at the end of the game in Memphis. For 1,000 drachmas, he'll sell you the Tablet of Knowledge that just happens to give you 1,000 experience points. You can stack these up as much as you like, and don't worry if your XP isn't building up when you buy them, it all adds on magically when you come out of the buy screen. To be honest though, that's expensive, so I suggest heading out into the world and playing the game as it's meant to be played. Jump into your quests page and you can actually check how much XP you'll get from each quest. Pick the ones with the highest and get going. Now to Sekhmet. You'll find the lion-headed goddess in the south of the map, pretty much in the middle of the Deseret Desert. Unfortunately, there's no nearby fast travel points, so the best bet is to head to this one in Uab Nome, and instead of diving off the sync point, turn and scuttle back along the branch. Jump on your steed of choice and it's time to ride 2,500 miles in serious heat. Just mind the mirages, eh? You'll know when you're in the right area as the Animus is spilling out onto the sands. Run up and Sekhmet will rise out of the ground roaring and surrounded by flames. Why is no one ever the friendly god that just wants to educate humanity? Regardless, there's a telltale glowing weak point on her chest and it's time to fill it with arrows. But before you have time to even aim your first arrow, Sekhmet starts sending out burning rings of fire in the sand.
The ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Straight after, she'll hit with her second attack, which comes in the shape of a fiery beam of light that wants to cook you like an ant under a magnifying glass. It sounds like common sense, but run in the opposite direction from that and you'll be able to keep away from her gaze. Take this as a chance to start concentrating on taking out Sekhmet's weak spot. Once again, don't worry about running out of arrows as plenty will drop in the arena as you progress. You won't have much time before the beam of light hits again, so stay mobile and keep running like a good assassin, and once you're far enough away, start with the arrows again before the ring of fire makes an appearance again.
And it burns, burns, burns.
More beams of light will be out to get you next, and Sekhmet will alternate between these and the rings relentlessly before finally raising up some lion-headed warriors to help take you down. The good news is that after all those arrows, you'll be able to take at least 2 of them down easily with an overpower combo and a chain attack if you've upgraded that ability. Far too satisfying. It's also worth noting that Sekhmet really doesn't stop even when you're fighting, so keep an eye out for those killer beams when you're busy brawling. Once they're all floored, wait until Sekhmet's weak point arrives again and get back to making the most of your favourite bow. Now, you're going to love what she does next. If by love, I mean kind of hate and hope that you don't get your eyelashes singed off. Yep, Sekhmet starts on the fireballs and sends them in multiple directions like she's just discovered flaming bowling and you're the final skittle. You'll be able to see the trajectory with a handy red line, so stay out of the way of becoming a flambe. Not long after, she'll start on the rings again, and then back with the fireballs, and then again with the warriors. But yep, that's another chance to chain throw. That's gotta hurt. Now Sekhmet goes back to the rings and the fireballs again, but in case that wasn't exciting enough, her next trick is 2 beams of killer light to dodge instead of just 1. Just keep running away and picking up ammo and you'll be fine. Rinse and repeat the rings, fire, warriors, and keep an eye on that health bar until this happens. Once Sekhmet has tumbled back into the Animus from whence she came, you'll get your hands on the legendary Tomb Protector's shield. Mine dropped at 94 and has good melee and range resistance as well as the handy sleep on block perk. If this is your first god, the good news is that both Anubis and Sobek will also be back this month to make sure you haven't missed out. So that's some tips on how to beat Sekhmet in the Trials of the Gods. Let me know if you have any bonus tips in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Assassin's Creed content from us. Remember Assassins, nothing is true, everything is permitted.